Damn it. Is my mic? I'm sorry, guys. I was talking for I don't know how many minutes and my mic was muted. My apologies, man. Whoever whoever's watching now, you get a full refund. I was Oh my god, this is so ridiculous. I was talking about adversities and setbacks. You know what I didn't talk about? That sometimes you're the cause. and, and I was absolutely the cause of this one. Anyway, let's play the video. You can forget about me for a second. Let me play this video, and then what I'll do is I'm gonna get right into my stuff, okay? Go on you. Anyway, all right. Let's play this. And then I'll get into my stuff in a second. With Abyssal Pro Heat. So I'm hoping that this video would do a lot better than me just kind of typing on the keyboard and explain a few things. So I'm assuming that it's Abyssal, and if any one of you are having this issue, this can help. Okay, I'm assuming that it's Abyssal Pro Heat pet that you wrote in the comments, and not Abyssal Pro Heat 2X or not Abyssal Pro Heat 2X Premier or Essential or something like that, or even the Abyssal Pro Heat Revolution, right? So I'm kind of going based off of the limited information I have. I'm assuming it's just the Abyssal Pro Heat. Now the Abyssal Pro Heats are going to have the basic tank. This is like one of the kind of tanks that they have, but something similar to this. So what you can do if you're having problems with suction, the first thing you want to do is check the unit itself. So you're going to take the tank off the unit, okay? And there's a port that you can just turn the unit on and put your hand over the port to see if you have suction from the motor, okay? So now we eliminate that part. We have suction from the motor. The next step is to check your filter, okay, which is right. Let me bring it a little bit closer. This is a dirty tank, but check this filter to make sure and just pop it out and make sure you don't have a bunch of lint and things like that here. If you do, that could be stopping your suction. Okay. Now, it's a process of elimination, right? Check your seals. Make sure you don't have any warp. Some people use hot water, and that can warp the plastic. Okay. So if this is sealed off, fine. Reinsert the tank in the motor, and now you're going to check down the nozzle. Okay, let me give me a second, right? Let me grab one of these units so you can see what I'm referring to. This is similar to this is a power lifter, but it's similar to the Pro Heat in design. Okay, so after you check, the port would be right. Let me turn this over. Okay, get a little closer. All right. So you check here, like suction. Good. All right. Next, you're gonna put your shampooer back in after you check for warps and anything else, and now you kind of want to see what's happening down here. Make sure there's no gaps, no cracks or anything like that. Make sure this is on secure, and then see if that fixes your problem. All right. If that doesn't, then yeah, you may have something else happening there.
hitting me. Is my mic? Oh my, going here, bro. Ah, if you're still here, you're a true trooper. Thanks for hanging with me. If you are still here after this debacle, you're good. Okay, you're good. Thanks for hanging with me. All right. Structural damage is the first thing I want you to check. Okay, structural damage. I'm gonna look back on all these videos and I'm gonna laugh my ass off. I am. I'm probably gonna be pissed at myself, yes, but I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. I am. I am. I am. I think I need to slow down and only just focus on one thing, and get real good at it. And my attention to details would be a lot more sharper. Uh, right now, I'm a little bit woozy, and I pressed this damn mute button so you won't get a feedback when the video plays, and I forgot to press the mute button back. So anyway, that's that. It's on me. There's no one to blame. It's on me. So if you're still here, thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. I won't abuse it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that's the first step. All right. The first step is to check for structural. Now to try to answer the question for the other one, I'm going to play the video. I'm going to continue playing it because I want to see if I missed something, and then that's where they missed the instructions. So let me continue with this. All right. I'm going to mute the mic so we don't get the feedback when playing this video. Okay, and I'm gonna try to remember to unmute the mic later. All right, 1 second. Gosh.
Okay. Now, that's for the Bissell Pro Heat. Now, for the Pro Heat 2X, you have a similar issue. Okay. This is a 2X right here. The first thing you would do, okay, is you would check your suction, turn the machine on, check to see if you have suction here, and now the next thing is going to be your tank. All right. Either the suction is escaping through one of these, see if there are any cracks or anything like that. And or you know what you can even do, get a little tissue paper, and when you turn your unit on, kind of, believe it or not, move that, like touch the tissue paper around the seams and see if it kind of pulls in. All right, because it's very light, and a little bit of suction can pull something like a tissue paper in. So just kind of like tap it around and see if it just gets sucked into that area. Okay, so that you're checking for cracks. But what I would do, even before that, is check here. Check your filter to see if that has a whole bunch of carpet fibers, and that could be clogging up your suction. Fair enough.
I think my mute is off. Okay, good, good, good. I think that's where it's at right there. I think that's the part of the video that I may need to give the person some instruction on. Okay, so let me see if I can walk through this. Um, Give me a second while I need to open up chat here real quick. Give me a second, folks. All right. Give me a second. Give me a second, please. But yes, that's it right there. Um let me see if I can pull up the let me see if I can pull up the let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, let's go. Wow, great video, right? And this is for Chris support. All right, Chris. Hey, awesome, Chris. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so let's see if we can see this, Chris. All right, a great video. All right, but not what I'm having a problem with. I can't find it on the net. All right, very important here to ensure that the flap valve closes so the water doesn't go into the motor, right? Which is true. Okay, um, motor in my Pro Heat is low because it's been leaking. The normal accessories and the switch flap. If a normal position, the vacuum pulls through the attachment holes and vice versa. It doesn't look like. Let me see if I can see more of this. Can I see more of this? Let me see if I can see more of this. Hold on. I'm trying to um I'm trying to see more of this note here. Give me a moment. Let me see if I can pull this up. All right. Okay, I can't seem to. Okay, I'm not gonna have you wait on this. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at, guys. If you're yes, the Okay, if you have a suction problem on a Bissell like this one, a Bissell 2X, the first thing I did, if you notice, I checked to make sure that the port, the spout, the duct, make sure when you put your hand over it, you got suction. Okay, that's the first step. All right. Let me slide over. All right, that's the first step. Then you check your tank. Okay, you check the tank. You make sure that the tank is not you're not missing anything with the tank. All right. Let me see if I can pull this. Can I pull it? Yep, 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 yep. All right. Then you do all those little tests. Now the tissue thing I was telling you about, you can use a plastic bag, and what it is that you get something like a plastic bag. Let me see if I have plastic here. Okay, we're gonna be using this later on today. And what you would do, guys, is you would just put the plastic around the seal. Let's assume I like using this thing called dip. I use this a lot. I'm not getting paid by these guys, but this thing is this helps me out a lot. But let's say the suction is coming from inside this little canister here. And all I'm doing is putting the plastic near all the openings, the possible openings around like this. And if it pulls it in, that there's a gap here, because in order for the vacuum to work, your tank have to be completely sealed off in order for it to work, okay? So when you stick it like that, when you kind of put it in like that, okay, that's you're testing to see if there's a leak. So you do it all the way down the around the tank when the machine is running, of course, so the suction can activate. You do it down near the nozzle. You even test the nozzle, see if the nozzle can actually grab a plastic bag. Because the reason why I use plastic bag, because there's no pores in it, so it's just gonna attach it like, there's no, and you don't have to leave it on for long because you don't want to strain your motor, which is probably not going to do that too much with the plastic bag. But you just want to make sure that it can suck it in, it can pull it in, right? And that's the first step. Now, the last part, the part that he was talking about, the plastic flap, you need that flap. Every shampoo will have a floater that, well, just about. They'll have a floater that will tend to cut off your suction if the water rises too high, and and then it will cut off the suction, because the idea is you don't want the water to go inside your motor and rust it out. I'll be honest with you, you're not going to avoid that too much. You're going to get rust in any shampoo or motor. Um, it's just what it is, because it's going to be pulling in, even if it's just like mist, it's going to pull in a little bit of that water into that motor compartment. I've noticed that every single shampoo I've worked on, there's hint of rust on the shampooers. Okay, so that's just what it is. Okay, there's no way around that. Uh, Only thing you can really do is, how long can I hold on to the shampooer for? How long can I, can I reduce the amount of water that this motor is going to kind of seek in? Now, if it's just mist, light mist, then you can have it for a long time. But if for some reason you're rocking that shampoo back and forth and you're pushing hard and that water goes swoosh and swoosh, and the water goes like that, on that back end, that water can splash into the motor section because you're too hard with it. Okay, so shampooing really need to be very soft and gentle. Take your time going forward, because remember that water is also, you're also swashing that water back and forth. Okay, so never rush shampooing if you can avoid it. Plus, it doesn't really help the carpet to kind of zing through the carpet to the shampoo like you do a vacuum. You still want to take your time anyway. I've seen some TikTok videos where people, all they're doing is shampooing carpets, and people just seem to tend to like want to watch, like, wow, they just shampoo the carpet. Look at that, it got so clean. So, hey man, do you, right? But the idea of slow shampooing is the way to go. Okay, all right, and that will help avoid that. So, but if you're having a problem with that flap, guys, and if you are disciplined, even if it's just for the moment until you find a fix, sometimes you can just remove that flap out the way. Okay, because we didn't always have floaters. We had to just use our brains and just watch the amount of water you're sucking in. And maybe for that day, if you have to shampoo, then take the flap out of the way, because what it is that is your floater. The idea is it sits, it's like an L shape, okay? And I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use my little, because it's red. Remember, the floater's red. And when the water rises and it starts to push it up, it'll do this and it'll close it, pop, and it closes off the suction port. So imagine my hand here is a suction port, okay? And the suction goes, the water rises up and it goes up, pulls it in, it cuts off your suction. That tells you that something is wrong. You look down, you notice your water is full, you dump it, you go back and you continue shampooing. That's the proper way to do it, okay? Um, I don't know what right now, I'll be honest with you, I cannot tell you exactly why some of the Bissell 2Xs, that port just close automatically. Um, you may have to replace that. It may just be too loose. Like everything after a while you keep going like this. You're gonna have wear. So it could be so loose that the moment the suction pulls on it, it's like flimsy. You know what I mean? It's like too flimsy. There's not enough resistance, and it just closes. That could be it. So you may just have to replace that little inside insert in that. So hopefully that can help them solve that problem. And as for the other comment of the week, yes, the hot water is a no go. Okay, so that's that. Okay, I I hope that helps. All right, I hope that helps, folks. All right, yeah. So the first section of my video, I was just talking about adversities and learning how to dam the torpedoes and how to keep going in spite of. And you know, I just think as a whole, man, these guys are successfully distracting us from what we should supposed to be focusing on for us to live successfully, and that's probably what I don't like the most. I don't like it the most. I don't like it. I don't like, being told that I can't accomplish things, and you're acting as if you're being sincere and you want to help me, and you're talking down to me. You're telling me that I'm not good enough to accomplish those people. And a lot of times those black commentators and this white, black, everything, everybody else in between, it's like they need victims in order for them to have a platform. And if you solve the problem, then what happens next, right? Now you're on a search for a new victim. The reason why I'm down with America first, period, in general, you don't need to be a Republican or Democrat to be anything down with that. You just need to be an American. Okay. It's an attitude, man, of let's succeed. Let's do this. Let's succeed. Let's grow. Okay. Let's leave this victimhood behind, bro. Okay. I'm not looking at billionaires and being pissed at them because they got money. Wait, how you think they got money? Right? Let's say you have a couple of guys who got inheritance. The rest of them had to sell something. They had to make something and sell it to the public, and the public consume it. And if they're savvy with financing, and if they're savvy with raising funds and all the other stuff, that's more power to them. Learn the game. But this hate is ridiculous, man. And it keeps people back. It keeps a lot of young people thinking like they're victims, when really these young people need to be learn how to fight. When I say fight, I'm talking about damn the torpedoes. In spite of, that means if someone tells them they can't do something, so, like okay, let me slide over to the table now, and I'm gonna be done. I went to my son's baseball game. Like I said, my sons they got their butts handed to them, and I didn't. I'm glad that they didn't do that thing that they did to the other team the other day, where they gave that team like 6 runs. I'm glad that they left it at, hey, 3 runs, you're out. Okay. Now think about it for a second. This team didn't grant them the 6 runs. I wouldn't have wanted them to. I would have protested. No, they don't need 6 runs. They're out on 3. Okay. Because they're going to learn from that loss, from that resilience. Hey, listen, man, we need to tighten up. We thought we were good, but man, we need to be better. These guys cleaned our clock, right? That's how you get better. That's how you get stronger, you know? So anyway, that's just my opinion on little things like that. That, you know, But the lady next to us, she was like, she heard my son. My oldest son came down from college, and he was like, "Dude, you suck." He was talking to his brother, right? and uh, and I think he struck out, and he was yelling, "Send him back to the dugout!" Right? And that's just the two brothers going at each other, right? And guys tend to be like that, honestly, more than the ladies, and that's how they rag on each other, and that's kind of how they help raise the bar for each other. What the lady said was, "That's why I don't bring my olders to these games because he does that same thing," and I'm like, "That is what the younger ones need, okay? You finish it off with support, but you poke at them. That's just part of growing up and getting thick skin. If everything is easy for you and everyone caters their words around you, you become a weak person. You can't handle rejection, you can't handle a no, and your life gets turned upside down. Okay, there's a lot of crazy people out there. Okay, just check your timeline. And totally unreasonable, crazy out of their mind folks. And some of them are your relatives. But you still love them. And that doesn't mean you don't have dinner with them. All right. So I'm gonna tackle a shampoo that I hate, folks. But before I do that, let me get this big green so I can show folks what I was talking about earlier with the shampoo, with that section of the big green that can crack and that can mess with the suction. I have a video on this already, but I want to show it to you, okay? All right. It's my little scrap big green. Let me slide over to the overhead cam and let's see if we can get this to you. Here we go. All right, so let me show you how to find that little port I was telling you about, okay? All right, there's a video on the website um, on this, but while I'm on the topic, I just kind of wanted to get to it, okay? So here we go. So normally when we check for suction, okay? All right, let's have to get this out of the way. Normally when we check for suction, all right? Let me see if I can get my little thing so I can always look at you guys in the face and say hi. We'll check for the holes. We'll see, hey, what's going on? We'll look underneath the machine. We're like, hey, man, is there anything clogged there? We'll even look down in here, see if anything's clogged here. That's a way to look. You may check the lid area of your big green with the clean water stuff to see if anything's going on. But for the sake of the big green, there's always an extra deal here. Let me take this off so I can show you what I'm talking about. You know what I didn't find again? Give me a second, folks. I'm still looking for my chat, and I'm still looking for it. I'm still looking for it, and just damn, I can't find it. Okay, let me see something. Give me a second. Give me a second. But I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna take this off in the front. If you have one of these big green machines, and you need some help on it, you can always let me know. Reach out to me. All right. But we do have a playlist, guys. Okay. Let me pull this up. Oh my gosh, what's new now? No, no, not right now. Yeah, start on a later date. Welcome to control room. Okay, all right, all right. Do do it later. Oh my gosh, what's happening here? Start a later date. Get set up with the live stream. Oh my gosh. All right, no, not now. God. Whoa, what am I doing? Um, they want me to start doing something now, and unfortunately, I didn't log on earlier to figure this out. So let's not do that then. Let's not do that. Um, I'm not sure what's going on here. This is a YouTube update. My bad. All right, let's keep moving then. Um, I can't see my chat right now, so eventually I will, but I don't want to start doing any kind of changes and then it cuts the feed, okay? All right. So we have these. All right, let's remove this handle. Let me see. I may or may not have to remove the handle. I think it's only secure to this. I'll be honest with you. I think so. I think the handle is only secured to this section. I could be wrong. Nope, nope, I'm not wrong. I am wrong. I'm sorry. The bottom part of the handle goes all the way through. See that? The bottom part, though, it goes all the way through. The top part is just to secure it. Okay, the tiny little screw right here. All right. Okay, folks. So now let's get this off. All right. Okay. Now we got this part. All right. So now that you have this part of your big green, all right. I'm definitely pro big green over work doc. Okay. There's one of the one of the main reasons is it's a lot simpler to work with, but I like the brush action a lot better than the doctor. Okay. Um, I like the scrubbing action better than what. All right, here we go. All right, guys. If anybody is leaving any comment in the chat right now, I can't see it. Just give me a moment, and then we'll reconnect in a second. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about right here for the big green. That the other part that can mess up your suction is this little section right here. This little piece right here can mess up your suction on a big green machine. Let's take this out, and you can buy these. You can actually find. I believe you should be able to find this on my website. If you can't find this part of my website, contact me. But these you can buy. But let me show you what happens to them. Okay, let me pull it up. You see this here? This becomes real brittle. If you have any kind of a vacuum with a lower hose, like an internal hose at the bottom, and you keep having to go like this, recline up, back, up, eventually this will break. Because look, when we want to break a piece of like aluminum metal, like I'll give you an example. You can't do it with this one. This one is too hard. But you would go like this. Right. You kind of up, down, up, down, up, down, and eventually it gets weak at the point and it cracks, right? It's the same thing we're doing with this. All right. Well, this one not necessarily because this is not moving, but I'm talking about those hoses at the bottom. This one though, even though it doesn't move, it'll get brittle and it'll just crack. It'll just crack on you, and then all of a sudden, all your suction is escaping out of here. Okay, so keep in mind that this is something for you to look at. Just regular maintenance would allow you to kind of view this. And am I doing this? Let me see something. Make sure I'm putting this in. Okay. Nope, I'm doing it wrong. Upside down. Let's turn this around. There you go. Yep, there you go. Okay, so regular maintenance, you clean it, scrub it out, brush it out, the whole deal. I'm not sure if you can put some kind of conditioner on these things to keep the plastic from getting brittle, like you do with leather and stuff like that. Who knows? I haven't tried it, but if someone out there tries something like that, let me know. Okay, if you try something like that, let me know. Okay, because I just haven't tried it, so I don't want to tell you um to give it a crack. Okay. And just for the guys who would like to tune in and watch me do this stuff live, I'll be honest with you. Most of the things that I do, I didn't just prior to the video take it apart, hook it up. A lot of the things I do here, I'm doing on the fly because what happens is we get discouraged very real easy. A lot of us, not all of us, and because we think we fail and we don't want to break anything. And I want to show you that even people that are in the business of things, even if it's politics or, whatever, we make mistakes and you don't, if everything is always perfect, you may think you're flawed because you're not perfect. Okay. And I know, part of our spiritual teachings tells that we're falling, we're flawed, all that stuff. I get that. I'm just talking about going to beyond the point where you think that you're an imbecile or something. It's like, no, trial and error. And that's how I learn a lot of these things. So when I make my mistakes, when you see me goof up and mess up and I'm still going, that is what I'm learning from my life experience, from watching my kids, watching stuff on TV, politics, etc. Even when you're being deceived, you have to watch the game, while you know that they're deceiving you. Watch how the game is played out. All right. Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for your survival. Okay. All right. So let's move on. let's move on to this, the one that I don't like. I've been waiting for this guy. I postponed him for the longest. All right, so I'm having a pump problem with a rug doctor. Right. Not my biggest fan. Well, I'm not Rug Doctor's biggest fan. I am definitely not the biggest fan of Rug Doctor. All right. I'm gonna show you. Let me see if I tilt this on the side? Let me see something here. I'm gonna give you a quick walkthrough on something, and the other thing I'm going to try to demonstrate. Okay. The quick walkthrough is, um, you see this dome? Let me see if you can see it. I don't want to spill. Is there water in this? I'm shaking it. Yeah, there's some water in this. Damn it. Okay, look here. Oh, on you. Okay, let's see if you can see it. Can you see it? Damn it. Ah, you can see it. I don't want to spill water on my little table. You see this right here? You know what? Let me see if I can adjust the camera. Let's see if I can adjust this camera a little bit. Let's see if I can adjust the camera. Maybe. Let's see if I can adjust this camera. Can I lift this up? If I lift this up, how would this look? How's that? Is that good? Is that good? Let's see now if you can see it better. If I bring it down here. Ah, yes. It's not the best, but it's good. All right. You see this here? If you have to replace these guys, um, don't despair. Don't despair. It's not as difficult as it looks. Okay. It's not as difficult as it looks. You may want to start right inside here. There's a clip in here that would allow you to remove this. Okay, it's like a metal clip, and you just pop this right off. It'll give you access to this guy, okay, where you can just twist and turn if you have to replace a new one of these hoses. This is a single hose that goes all the way down to the back. Let me see if I can show it to you. That one hose connects to this, okay, and you would have to get inside to ride the hose all the way through. So I just kind of want to get that out the way because I just had to replace that hose. Okay. And I figure while I'm at it, let me tell you guys about it. All right. Let me take this off. I don't want this thing spilling all over my carpet. So I'm gonna try to get the water out of here because I'm not a fan right now of this. Where's my little magnet thing? You know what? I know what I'll do. Oh, what's this? I'll put it on top of this here. Okay, I'll put my stuff on top of this. All right. How much water is in this? How much water is in this here? Okay, so now let me give it a scenario. We may discover it now. We may not discover the problem today. Like I said, I don't have my multimeter, but I at least want to look at it, and I want us to let's explore. Okay, so there's water in here. I need to dump this water out. So let me get a bowl. Ugh. And let's see if I can lift this up enough to dump this water into this bowl here. Give me a moment, folks. Um, don't I have a portable cleaner? I have a portable cleaner. Let me see if I can do it with the portable cleaner. Because I don't want to spill this. Give me a second, folks. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just use this little portable cleaner because I'm already limited with my space right now. Okay. All right, guys. I think I had someone mention something. Gosh, man, I'm gonna give it a try, folks. I'm gonna try to see my chat, but I'm just hoping. Let me see. Right, get set up to live stream. Don't worry, you'll have a chance to review the settings before you go live. Schedule live later. Golly, no, I don't want to. Don't do that. Um, Let me see. Can I close this? Give me a second, people. Gosh, I want to see the chat. What's the other way? What's the other way? I know the other way. Maybe I can watch. I can just let me pull the video up. Okay. Give me a second. Let me pull the video up, and I'm gonna pull up the video if I can find it. And if someone does have a question, I can answer it right away. I would hate that you have a question and you can't. I can't get through to you. Okay. So let me see. Go to my studio and just hang in there. Just hang in there, folks. I'll be right there. Hang in there. Hang in there. Let me see. All right. Content. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's do this. We got this. Okay. I'm almost there, folks. All right. Open this up. Oh my gosh. Why so difficult? Oh my God. All right. You know what? Let's see. All right. Block. Don't play. This. Don't play. Good. Good. I'm there. I'm there. Okay. All right. Fantastic. So if there's anything else, I'll be able to spot it. Okay. Good. Who's that? Cinnamon, keep up the good work. Thank you for the videos. Oh man, no, awesome. Thank you, Cinnamon. You see that? I was able to see it. Whoever, sir, whoever you are, you're awesome. Okay, thank you. All right, finally. Okay, I can see stuff now. All right. So, gosh, it took me long enough. Okay, here we go. Thank you, man. Thanks for your support. Or thank you for your support. Okay, you never know what the name, so no, don't I don't mean no offense, ma'am, man, either one. But cinnamon, hey, cinnamon sounds like a cool name. All right, so here we go. Let's try to suck this stuff out of here, okay? So I don't have to spill it. Turn it on. All right. I'm just gonna stick this in like this. If I tilt it, okay. Now, now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stick some towels in here because I have a sneaky suspicion, folks, that this thing is gonna get a little drippy, and I would just in case the problem might also be inside here. So I may have to revisit because I'm gonna have to tilt this upside down. I may have to revisit this thing. Okay. All right. So I just stuffed some towel in there in case it starts to try to spill on me. All right. Okay. Here we go. Let's turn this around and let's look at the pump underneath this thing. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, to get to the pump on this, you're gonna have to go to the back. Oh, it's the back panel. These screws back here. You're gonna have to remove 1, 2, and 3 screws. Okay, so let's do that right now. All right, let's do that right now. Okay, so just know that I'm operating in a very awkward position, folks, but we make it work, right? And you guys understand the plight. So, you know, you can judge. It's okay. That's what we do as humans. What they say? They don't say not to judge, man. They say don't be quick to judge. All right. And I think if you read your scriptures, it says judge righteous judgment, right? So now what does that mean? I don't know, man. You're gonna have to figure that one out yourself. Okay. Holy cow. Yep, I remember what I found when I went inside this thing. That's why I don't like it. And that's why I don't like this brush. You see this brush here? See this brush? The way this brush works, it just goes like this. I'm not a fan of that, man. That's to me, that's That sucks. Okay, if I have to give it to you honestly, my honest opinion on this kind of a brush, it is spilling. It's all right though. It's fine. Whatever. All right. I think I'm gonna put epoxy on this counter. So if it does spill, it's not gonna damage this little water this plank I put down. All right, let's keep going. Again, like I said, I may solve the problem today, I may not, but I noticed that the brush motor is working, the main motor is working, okay, and the problem that we're having is the pump, okay. Now, here's some things to consider. Could it be the switch? It could be. It can be, right? Could it be some wiring somewhere in there? It can be. But honestly, the most logical answer is the pump. That's the most logical answer. All right. Okay. If all I'm showing you right now is how to get to the pump, I think I did a good job. I set my bar low, right, guys? I set the bars low. Okay. Now let's see what we have here. Now we got a little bit of movement here, but you got some resistance. Okay, let me move this up some more. Where is it at? There we go. Okay, so we got some resistance here. Okay, that resistance is going to come from. Let me show you. See, man. You know what? Hold on. Let's see if I can do it this way. How's that? Can you still see? Still see a little bit. Let me see something here. Let's see if we can move it up some more. Okay, so once you lift this up, you're going to be looking into this section over here. Okay. Now these are your spouts, your jets. These are the two jets where the water's going to come out of. So whatever this is connected to, all right. Okay. It looks like the water goes up. It goes up into the machine to come back down to get hit by this. Okay. So what you can do sometimes, folks, is you can start by take the path of least resistance kind of thing, right? What you can start doing when you want to diagnose these things is just see if the water shoots out without the jets being attached, right? I do that with the Bissell Pro Heat also. I take off the jets to see if there's any cloggage and stuff like that and see if the water just comes out of the port. If it does, we're good. Okay? All right? Um, I'm trying to see if I can get you to see more, but with the way this is set up, I'm a little bit hamstrung. Let's see if I can get this off, and maybe that'll free this up a little bit. All right. Let me use my trusty screwdriver here to see if I can pry this off at the source. Let's see something. Give me a second. Actually, you know what? Let me pry it off from here. Look, this comes off. This came off. Let me show you. This little piece here came off. It's hard to see, man. Damn it. Um, Maybe I can change positions. Let me change positions. Change position. Change position. All right. Where'd that come from? New position. New position. Oh, that song. Who sing that song? Is that Rock the Boat? Rock the Boat. Who sings Rock the Boat? Rock the boat. Rock the boat. Is that Aaliyah? Is that Aaliyah? You guys remember Aaliyah? Oh my God, man. Aaliyah was pretty. My wife loves Aaliyah, boy. Oh man, she's so heartbroken when up to this day when she hears Aaliyah, she's almost ready to tear up. Um, Queen of the Dam. Remember Queen of the Dam? All right, with Lestat, probably one of my favorite vampires out there. Queen of the Dam and Romeo Must Die. Okay, and you know, I remember Leah from back in the day. All right. Anyway, see something here. Let me take this off. Give me a second. I'm just trying to get this tubing off. It's you can't really see it from your angle, but it's. Let me turn this to the side. Let's see if this. We're getting there. We're making some progress, folks. Here we go. All right. Camera. There you go. All right. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling this out. I want to separate this from right here so I can have a little bit more flexibility with this here. Okay. Come on. Get off already. Wow, it's on. It's off. Yes. Okay. So what is this? This is the brush motor. This piece is the brush motor, and the pump sits right back here. What else is holding this pump back? I think it's one more. It's this. You can't see it, but this here is holding the pump. This here is holding my pump in. I want you to see the pump. That's the thing. I want you to see the pump. See something here. Let's see if I can change the angle of this camera. Okay. All right. So which one is the pump? Can you still see it? Oh my God, the pump is all the way back here. You can't even see it. Okay, but is this piece right here, this thing right here, this thing right here. Oh man, just give me a second. Let me see what else is blocking me here. Okay, hold on. Give me a moment, folks. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you to see what I'm looking at. Um, what's the biggest pull? I don't want to take it out, then it's not the biggest pull. It is the biggest pull. The biggest pull is this. This is blocking. Okay. Okay. Anyway. All right. So this is the test. This is the test I wanted to show you. What you would do is you would have this set up like this. Okay, and you just want to make sure to see if even if you add like some long tubes that will extend outside of the motor, and you just want to see if it still pumps water like that way. Okay, that's the first. You want to try that. The other thing is, obviously replacing a pump is just disconnecting everything because it's really color coded. If you look at this white wire here, you get the new pump. You buy it online, and where you pull this out, you pop the new one in. It's really just following the setup that you see here. There's nothing really super special about these. It's just the aggravation of having to do what I'm doing right now and having to dig through this, taking pictures along the way and just remembering where you are with these. Okay. Um, but sometimes you don't know if it's the pump is your main problem or if it's a fuse or something like that. So that's what I was trying to do, and I don't have my thing with me. Oh shoot, is this? It might be the fuse, folks. Look at this. It may not be blown though, but my multimeter would end up. But there's a fuse on this thing, guys. You see right here, and it looks. It's hard to tell. I don't you don't want to use your eyes to determine these things. So what you would do, you get a multimeter and you just put it on both ends of each other to see if this looks like a oh my God, I forgot the name. I forgot the name. Come on, Wayne, get your brain together. Uh, not a rectifier. No, not a relay. No, it reduces the wattage. It reduces it down. Oh my God, man, the name. Um, capacitor? No, 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 no. Okay, anyway, okay, forget it. It's one of you know the name. Okay, it reduces the electricity as it's flowing through the wire. Okay, it drops it down a notch, so the motor can handle it. So, for example, if you're using a canister vacuum, the electricity that comes from the wall to the motor is 1 voltage, 1 power, right? In order for it to operate a smaller motor that's in your nozzle head, it has to be reduced. Okay. Oh, God. You know what? Forget it. I gotta get this answer. This is driving me nuts, man. I got I gotta get the damn answer. This is driving me crazy. Um, okay. A component in electronics that reduces the wattage or voltage or the load. Resistor. Coño, resistor. Resistor. Okay, my brain, I don't know, it shut down. It was like, I don't know what to do. All right, resistor. Okay, so there's a resistor here. Um, could this be it? I don't know. And what you can do, you don't even have to take this whole thing apart. Okay, what you can do is just disconnect this end here and disconnect this end here and see if they're communicating. Okay, and if they're not communicating, this could be stopping the flow to your pump. Okay. Well, this is your what do you call it? My bad. This is your brush motor. Your pump is back here. Okay. All right. That could be it. So the resistor. So there's a resistor in here, and we'll see. This could be the problem. So I'm going to be looking here. I'm already going to be gearing up to just buy a pump just to be in the. I believe I already have a pump in the shop already for this. So I think I may just test it by. May have to remove that pump just to be on the safe side. All right. But those are like little things you would check for, guys, when you're having spray issues on any shampooer. You want to start with um, is it is it receiving the water? Is there a problem with the tank itself? Can water escape the tank? If water can escape the tank, the next step is it pulling the water out the tank? Right? That means is my pump asking for water? Okay. And what I've done a lot of the times is the tubing that is heading towards the tank. I would interrupt that and I would just get something with some water in it and I would stick the tube inside a cup of water and see if it pulls if the pump is trying to pull the water out of the cup. Okay. And if it's tries to suck the water out the pump, if it tries to suck the water out the cup, right? That means it's actually doing its job of asking for water. That's what the pump does. The pump is asking for water. It gets the water and it pushes the water out. Okay. That's the idea of a pump. But when you're working with a system that relies on a hose and it relies on the floor, the route that the water takes may differ. Okay. Versus a direct system where it goes directly. What's going
The
on,
premiere of
man? I
Snow
got
White
my
is coming up this week,
something
but
happened.
Variety is reporting.
All right, yeah, some news show just popped up here. My bad. Um, yeah. Okay, so it may change the route. So from the beginning, we talked about the suction. We talked about what can cause the suction to go bad. I already knew that I didn't have everything I needed on this, but I still wanted to kind of walk you down a road of a possible route towards a solution. I'm gonna get my multimeter and I'm gonna start tinkering with this thing to figure out what's happening. But I still believe I have a pump, so I may end up just switching the pump out anyway. Okay, just for that. All right, guys. So that's about it. And I'm gonna link up with you guys again. Um, let's transfer over here. Let me give my closing remarks. I'm sorry, man, because now I'm starting to get phone calls in, and you know what that's telling me? That I have to go pick up my son from school. And it's like, did you pick him up yet? So I gotta go. Gotta go. One more, man. I know there's something. There's always something I want to help you guys out with. Um, one last thing. I have a Pro Heat. No, not a Pro Heat, a Pro Team. And I have the replacement switch here that I want to see if it works. I may have to save that one for Saturday, but because I'm running out of time, I have to get going. All right, guys, listen. The last thing I'm gonna leave you with is this, and I'm always gonna leave you with something positive. Um, that's just the way it's the way it how's this people always talk about lived experiences and stuff like that, and if I was going to be absolutely honest with you, if you're going to know me as a person, and we're talking about succeeding, we're talking about family, we're talking about whatever it is, it's always going to go back to I have to watch what I consume. If it's dieting, like me right now, it's like, man, I got to lose some of this. I got a little gutty thing going on here. Okay, I just kind of let it go. My body is already trained to respond. I worked out as a kid. That's one of the benefits of working out is that your body now knows what to go back to. It's like, okay, okay, I know what to do. Yeah, all right, Wayne, you want what you want? Okay, so your body can recap if you've trained it early enough. Okay, same thing with children, of course. Um, and but the one thing I wanted to walk away with is this: find your own example. The examples are all around us. You may not like, let's say, for example, you may not like Trump or something like that, right? But I'm not going to let that interfere with me seeing something positive that I just saw. Okay. So I remember the left had put out a video, um, choose your fighter thing. And then the right says, well, we have a video for that. And we chose our fighter. And I thought it was clever that how their comeback. But you know what it also showed me, man? It reminded me of the fight itself it was ridiculous, man. Whether you are a hater, okay, or a supporter of that administration, the fight, at least the way it was played out in public, how many people would have been able to stand up to the fight? How many people would have kept going after this whole shooting fiasco and the second attempt at the golf resort? I know people that the first door slam in their face, they would have given up. Okay, the first interview, they would give up. The first time someone insulted them, they would have given up. The first time someone went after their family or whatever. Just understand what I'm talking about. Listen, you can learn a lot from what's her name? From Harris and from her take. One, forget about the motives and all the other stuff behind the scenes and all that stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about it's a flaw in this, of course, but there's a positive. You have to find the positive, folks. The positive is no matter what was happening, she stuck to the script, right? And sometimes there's certain jobs and certain roles you play where you just have to stick to the script and you got to just be committed to the script. you know, what was it again? That's aspiration, dreams, and goals, and all that stuff, right? And it was the same script in every single interview. It was like, really? Now that's where the flaw comes in. It's like, come on, you're gonna have to adapt, but that takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of discipline to stick to the script, in spite of the fact that all the evidence and everyone else is telling you that this script isn't working. It may not be wise to stick to the script, but it took a lot of discipline. So I have to give her that credit, right? But on the Trump side, me in my lifetime, I've never seen someone take that all those torpedoes and still kept winning and still kept moving forward. That is some whether you love or hate. I'm talking about the demonstration of fortitude. I'm talking about the focus of staying on track no matter what, dogged determination. America can learn from lessons like that in spite of all this stuff. You know, it's a positive look for America, regardless of how you want to look at that. You still want the strongest person at the helm. You don't have to like them because a lot of your companies, you don't like your bosses. You don't, you think they're racist, you think they're sexist, you think all this stuff. You still go to work every single day. So let's not act like all of a sudden this is something new, as if you knew all the other presidents in their private life whether or not they were they were racist. And I still don't think Trump is racist, but that's for you to debate within yourselves. But the torpedoes I'm talking about, man, to still get up and go, you got to keep a positive attitude for stuff like that. And not everyone is built for that. Okay, not everyone is built for that. People would say stuff like, "Oh, you got money from dad." If my dad gave me $1 million and I lost it next year, what would you say of me? But if my dad gave me $1 million and I turned it into $1 billion, what would you say of me? Well, his dad gave me $1 million. Yeah, okay. Well, then good thing that you had a dad that can give you $1 million. Let's not shame that. Yeah, I'm sure you want to be a dad that will give your son $1 million. Think about it. I would like to be able to pass on a couple of $1 million to my sons, and hopefully they don't blow it, right? Okay, so let's not get shaded with distractions. Let's learn something for the moment. The last thing I'm gonna say on this is even that Doge thing. Think about it for a second. Imagine you applied those principles to your own life. Okay, I need to Doge my accounts. I need to find out where my waste is going. I need to find out if I'm double paying on things, if I have too many subscriptions, if I could get a better deal someplace else. I need to find out if I'm paying too much interest on something, if I maybe need to do this. That mindset, it still needs to be a part of us. So you can hate it, and spend all your energy hating it because that's not changing nothing. Or you can say, man, what can I learn from this? Anyway, that's my opinion. Guys, I'll see you next time. I'm gonna be here Saturday also, and hopefully I won't have any mute stuff going on with my. I need to change my channel. Sometimes muted. Sometimes muted. Yeah, I don't know. I might hold on to it. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Stay positive, and I'm gonna go pick up my little boy, and we'll get to shoot the breeze and find out how his day at school went and stuff like that. Talk.